Good morning. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Gabs, one half of our Slip Slip Sis YouTube vlogging duo. This vlog is a craft with me while I make the rainbow connection socks. That is the sock swap, our spring sock swap that I'm doing with my sister Chaylee. So the rainbow connections socks are by Kay Litton of the Crazy Sock Lady, and they've been in our stash for a very long time. They've been in our Ravelry library for maybe 2 or 3 years now. So the yarn I'm using is the same yarn that I used for my gnome knit along. So I'm trying to use up all the yarn because I am in a year-long stash down process that's going not well at all, but that's okay. We try again. So I'm using Take My Breath Away by the Plucky Knitter and Inclusive Pride Flag by Always Be Kind yarn. So there is a solid yarn and then a self-striping yarn. And I'm doing the 56 stitch version. I cast it on last night. It's going all right. I'm not a huge fan of the elongated stitches that are in the pattern, so it's not my favorite. I tried to do them not elongated and just slip them, but it pulled the fabric too much, so I have to do the elongated stitches. But I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make them, but I'm not a fan of having to do the double wrap because it like interrupts the flow of knitting. So yeah, they're cute. They're coming out real cute. I like them a lot, but I'm not sure I like the process. I feel like I've knit a bunch of Kay's patterns, like maybe 13 at this point, and it does feel like she definitely went through an elongated stitches like phase, which is fine. We all have phases. We're in our crochet blanket phase right now, but it's like, it's not my favorite. So we'll see how it goes. My goal is to get it done fairly quickly because I'm anxious to keep working on my stashing down. All right, see you later. Okay, so I finished the heel, flap, and gusset on the Rainbow Connection socks. I have made a lot of progress since I last checked in, but that's all right. So I got to the first round of the pattern after the cuff and promptly knit the pattern all the way around the sock, but the directions say to only knit it on the front side, but I wasn't going to pull it out, so I didn't. So I just left it, and then I kind of gradually transitioned into the plain stockinette version of it. So I knit the entire leg, and it took me a while to get into the rhythm of knitting the elongated stitches. I actually even tried to not knit the elongated stitches, but that didn't work out. So I'm liking the pattern. I think it's coming out better now. I think it's one of those patterns like you have to see a good chunk of it before you kind of start to like it. Yeah, because I wasn't liking it at first. It felt like I was doing a lot of like fiddly things for not that great of a payoff, but now I'm on the foot, which always feels much better, and like I'm already at the end of the sock, which is nice. But I wanted to make it through a full repeat of the stripes for the leg, but it was just honestly getting too big. I made it through, I have the black and the red and most of the orange left. So I have 3 stripes that didn't make it onto the leg and are gonna hopefully, and obviously we'll just go onto the foot. So I don't even know if I'm not gonna use 2 full stripe repeats of these socks. So we'll see how that goes. Because I wanted to use up a decent amount of them. It looks like when I was done knitting the gnome, I had 6 repeats of the stripe. Realistically, I'll probably only get through like 4, maybe, just short of 4. So then I'll have 2 full stripe repeats. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. They might turn into striped socks or mittens for my daughters, and then I'll put them, because I don't really know if they're great for putting into my hexi blanket, because the hexi blanket is held double, so it'll like lose the self-striping aspect of the yarn. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll save them for the M-cow. That's what I'll do. I'll save it for the coasting along M-cow, because you don't need that much yarn like at all for it. And they're in Rainbow Pride colors. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do with them instead, because there's so much, right? Like I don't need that much of it. So that's the plan. All right, I'm about to sneeze. My allergies are killing me. Oh, gotta go running. Talk to you later. Bye. I am on almost the toe of the Rainbow Connection socks. I think I'm gonna make it through 2 repeats of the color, so, or the stripe rather, so that should be good. I'm in Irvine right now. That's why we have a different background. It's my, I'm going to a wedding and we're at my in-laws' house. So this is a lot more precarious because I'm crossing a main road. But what was I saying? The main road. I don't have a tapestry needle with me, so I don't know how I'm gonna graft the toe together. Hopefully my mother-in-law has a tapestry needle I can use. If not, I'll just slip the stitches onto some spare yarn and then cast on the next one. I was crocheting on the Battenberg on my plane ride, but the plane ride was only like an hour. So I got like maybe 5 or 6 squares done. I slept a little bit, listened to my audiobook, and now I'm off for a run because it is May miles. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, I do. My husband and my mother-in-law have given me directions, and he's got the GPS on my phone. Also, it's Irvine, which is a much more like walking friendly city than San Jose. Like, as you can tell, I'm on a path, but I'm not on, like, I'm not next to cars. See, that's houses and that's houses. So I'm on what they call the green belt, so I can run and I'm protected from the traffic. So it's fine. I told him to look for me if I'm not back by noon. My brother-in-law said he'd ride his bike out looking for me, only going 1.5 miles. So I'm all right. I also don't mind telling you all of this because I won't be here when the video posts. So yeah, hopefully I'll finish the Rainbow Connection sock. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow at the airport. We have the wedding for the majority of the day. We're leaving for it around 2. Hopefully be back around like 8 or 9 because it's in LA, so it's like an hour drive. My my mother-in-law had me look through some fabric. I got some fabric for my classroom. Her sister, my husband's aunt, passed away last year. She was an avid quilter, so we got to have some of her fabric and we'll be making some more stuff. So anyway, talk to you later. Okay, so I am on the toe of sock number 1. It feels like, because of like the yarn overs or the, I guess, the elongated stitches in it, that I had to knit the foot longer, like more rows than I normally would, because I think it pulls it a little bit tighter. So I did that. All I have to do is Kitchener the toe together. I think I've got like maybe 2 more rows, and then to Kitchener. I just couldn't face it last night. I was super tired because I did not sleep well on the 2 nights previous because we've been traveling. I'm not a super great sleeper in the first place, and then traveling, you know. So I finished that. It looks like I have so much yarn left over. I only have 1 more sock to do, and I think I have enough yarn maybe for, I don't know. I think I have enough yarn for maybe a whole other like pair of socks, and I use this socks on my gnome. So I don't know. This seems bananas that I have so much left over, but I asked Shaylee. She said she only gave me 60 grams of each, but who knows? So I'm just gonna keep knitting on it and see how that goes in terms of if I can get 1 more pair of socks. If I can, I think I'm going to save them for our coasting along mystery knit along, which starts June 1st. So it's only like 3 weeks from now, so I'll save them as part of that. And I do have to do like a yarn video anyway, or like a yarn choices video for it probably this weekend. So hopefully I can do that. I will check in with you later. I'm running late, so I gotta run. Okay, I have finished sock 1 and almost the entire leg of sock 2. But of course, my sister has cast on sock 1, and I think she's finished it. So now we're racing. Even though I started well before her, somehow I think she's gonna catch me, especially because she is working from home today. And I'm not working from home. I have a regular day. Plus I have a 5:04 meeting, and I'm taking Lottie to ballet tonight. So it's not going great in terms of my time. But I counted again. It seems like I actually have like 2 more full repeats of the stripe after I finish sock 2. So it will definitely be enough for my coasting along MCal. I don't know. This is like the skein of never ending yarn. It feels like a Mary Poppins bag situation with all the yarn, but that's okay. So not too much to report. Hopefully gonna finish it in the next 2 days. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so my sister has finished her socks. I knew this was gonna happen. It happened, I knew it was gonna happen. As soon as I started them, she was gonna start them. But she's making them for our grandma, who has smaller feet than me. And she made shorty socks. So she has beaten me, which is very upsetting. But that's fine, because I'm almost done. I'm through the gusset creases and on the foot. So I only have basically one more color repeat of the socks to do, of the self-striping to do, and then I'm done. Hopefully I can finish it today and then crank the rest of the self-striping too. I thought I was going to use it for the MCal, but then I changed my mind because I already have the sample of the MCal that I knit, and I'm going to knit one along with all the knitters. So I don't think I needed 3 pairs of the MCal. I don't think I do. So that's where I am with that. I am not keeping up with basically any of the knit-alongs. Usually I do, but I'm not feeling really inspired to keep up with any of the knit-alongs that are happening. Like I might do summer sock camp, and I know Juliana of Purlback Knit Forward is doing a summer tea make-along, which I did last year, but I don't want to make summer teas right now, so I'm not going to do that. Plus, she does have a limit of only 2 entries, and I knit much more sweaters than that usually, so I could always pop in and do some more later, so that's fine. But yes, today's a busy day. I have to be at school by 7:45 to walk the picket line, so I'm going to do that. And I gotta bring my speaker because we're gonna make it kind of a music party and all of that. I don't think I've actually talked about this, but my school district is on work to contract, so I'm doing that and supporting my union. So I gotta run. Bye. I am on the toe of sock number 2, which means I think I should be done today. Today is May 9th, I believe. So I finished using the self-striping yarn because I'm on the toe now, and I had so much left over. I had 32 grams left over of the self-striping yarn, which is a lot of grams. So I cranked it on my sock knitting machine. I have an Erlbacher Gearhart. My husband bought it for me in 2020, in the fall of 2020. So I've had it for about 4 years now. I really like it. She does take up a lot of space. I call her Geraldine. So I have the Erlbacher Gearhart cranked to my sock tube. I'm by no means an expert. I don't use it enough to be an expert at it, but we'll see. I keep using it and I learn more every time. So I have enough for a pair of socks too. So this one skein of self-striping yarn that I got from my sister has made 3 projects now, which is awesome, but it's also making it really hard to stash down, because that means I had to knit a gnome and 2 pairs of socks to stash down one skein of yarn that is allegedly less than 100 grams, but I never weighed it when I got it, and Shaylee insists that she wore or she used it for a pair of socks, but I've gotten a lot of projects out of this yarn, so I do not understand. Yes, so almost done. I am liking the Rainbow Connection socks, but they were pretty slow to make and they got kind of boring after a while, so I don't know. I don't know if I'd make them again. I think I would just do regular self-striping, but Shaylee finished hers already. Hers are cute. Maybe I'd make them as shorties. I don't know. I've been wanting to make them for a while, but I didn't love them as much as I thought I would, but that's all right. Knitting is a process. All right, talk to you later. Finished my Rainbow Connection socks. They actually turned out super cute. I think I'm just kind of getting tired of the yarn because they were pretty full skeins of the yarn. I did end up making it to have decent sized socks for my I guess, additional pair I'm still working on. I put the cuffs on them and then I will pop the toes on, but they actually look like they're going to be pretty substantial, like mid-calf socks. So I don't know how much yarn Shaylee gave me. She's like, oh yeah, gave you a whole skein of pink, because she only used the pink for the color work on her prismatic, which I don't think uses very much. I think it was like the outline was in pink. I don't know. But so I've had lots of yarn. For the rest, when I'm done with it, one will go into my Granny Advent Square blanket. If there's enough, one will go into my Hexie blanket. And then the rest will go into a magic knot ball for my sister. So we try and use the whole skein if possible, because I am trying to stash down. It's not going well at all. I was really cooking, as my kids say. I was cooking, but then not. And April had a huge spike. I gained like 50 skeins in April, which is a problem. But hopefully, I'm not planning on buying any more yarn basically until the start of next school year, which is in August, and other than the Jimmy Bean's wool retreat. So I'm hoping I'll have some solid months of stashing down. I do have a yarn swap that I'm doing, but I don't think that I'm swapping one of my skeins, so hopefully I just get back on one of mine and then it's like a net zero. So hopefully that works out. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.